Bring the hammer down! SGC here in Thor, the Dark World movie review, directed by Alan Taylor. If you've never heard of him, it's cause he hasn't done much in movies lately. His last movie was back in 2003, but he has been a busy dude in the TV world. He has done a lot of stuff for Game of Thrones. It was on Boardwalk Empire, Mad Men, Rome, Lost, Deadwood. So this guy has the directing chops for a TV show, and at first I was like, oh man, this guy hasn't directed a movie for a while. But he did well here. There's a lot of relational stuff happening in this movie, and he brings it well because I guess TV show does a lot of more relational stuff than movies because they get to talk about stuff for 40 minutes and the character build-up is for 40 minutes for an entire season. So the cast for this Thor 2, The Dark World, is pretty much the same, except we got a additional Christopher Eccleston playing the Malekith as a dark elf, and there's his henchman, I can't pronounce his name, and Zachary Levi replaces that other dude. So the plot pretty much is the Dark Elves wants to bring darkness back to the 9 realms, and they're gonna do something about it, and approaching this power, and things tie everything up. Jane Foster's getting involved, Thor has to come back and save her, sort of thing, and there's the movie. So what did I like about this film? First off, the action was enjoyable and so much more than Thor. I have to say, I actually really enjoyed Thor. It was a good, meshing of magic and science, and I just loved how it worked out in the Marvel Universe. And sure, there are gripes of Thor, but here in this Thor 2, most things are fixed, and I can't complain. So let's go back to the action. There's equivalent crazy action on Earth, Asgard, Midgard, wait, that's Earth, and Dark Elf world. And it's just amazing stuff, and action-wise, you got a bang for your buck. There's a lot of characterization and just character chemistry building here. I mean, Thor has to deal with his mom, dad, brother, girlfriend, supposed to be, or his dad wants him to marry that girl, and then his enemies and stuff. There's a lot of that stuff, and it's done well. Like, it just builds their character as Thor is trying to figure out what he wants to do. Like, does he want to go back to Jane Foster? Does he want to be the king of Asgard? Or what does he want? Loki is amazing here. He is so much better than what they gave him in Avengers. I wasn't that impressed with him in Avengers because it felt like Avengers was sort of Thor 1.5 really, because it had too much Loki. But here Loki shines and it's just amazing, and I can't wait to see Tom Hiddleston in any movie. Like, he needs to star in any other movie, and I would just totally try to check it out. And I do wonder if he has a movie upcoming, and it seems like there isn't. I mean, he's in Muppets, Most Wanted, and The Pirate Fairy. Ugh. Natalie Portman plays Jane Foster once again, and she's not as sciencey geeky this time around. She's more vulnerable, as the plot needs her to be vulnerable. Anthony Hopkins as Odin. He's a lot more sarcastic this time around, so that's appreciated. Stellan Skarsgård is some nut job now, because what happened to him in Avengers is pretty good portrayal of a crazy dude. And Idris Elba gets more lines and shows some awesome blank. Watch the movie and you'll see what I'm talking about. A newcomer is Christopher Eccleston as the bad guy, and his name is Malekith, and he's a dark elf, and he's like the king of the dark elves, and he's a leader sort of thing, and he has this Akinnuoye-Agbaje. I can't pronounce his name. Like, seriously, this is how you spell his name. I can't pronounce it. But he was a cool henchman, and it was nice to see him. Zachary Levi comes in this time to replace one of the 3 warriors, and yeah, didn't get much lines from him, but oh well, 3 warriors, I wish you shine more. Renee Russo as Frigga is here. She shows up more and does some crazy action as you see in the trailers. That's awesome stuff. And yeah, the action, the acting, the characters, the setting, the storyline was good. Well, storyline, let's get to what I didn't like about this film. Storyline. Sure, the villains here, I would seriously say that they're a better version of the Avengers aliens, but not that much better. It's just like, you knew that they had this ambition to rule the world with this power, but there was no fleshing out of that much story. So it's just, oh, there's the bad guy. I didn't feel like there was a threat, really. It was more like Thor is gonna punch your face in, pretty much. And like I said, Three Warriors doesn't get a lot of shining time here. I mean, sure, they had a bit more in Thor, but I wish they had played more a bit here, as the companionship and just, you know, the camaraderie. And also the biggest, why did you not fix this? Lady Sif. Jamie Alexander, I totally was hoping that she'll be more out there, because she is the love interest of Thor and Asgard. Odin wants Thor to just check her out and just, you know, really settle down with Lady Sif, but nothing really happens, and I'm really hoping that in Thor 3 or something that she plays a bigger role, as in, Thor, you really do love me sort of thing, but I know you love the human, but I last longer sort of thing. So yeah, I really hope Jamie Alexander gets more lines next time around. And that's pretty much it. I think everything else was good. Action, characters, storylines could have been better, but whatever. It's a comic book movie. And as always, stay behind for scenes, because there's a end, like very end now. I think I'm not gonna say anything, but seriously, don't leave your seats when the credits starts rolling. I mean, Iron Man was back in 2008, people. They've been doing that for 8 movies. Why do people still get up and leave? And sorry I didn't get the 3D excitement of Captain America 5 minutes before this movie. Kind of peeved, because I watched this Thor in 3D, but I didn't get it. I guess Hong Kong doesn't get this special treatment. So can't really comment on that. And I wouldn't even comment on it, actually. I would just like, go enjoy it. That's like a bonus. Captain America comes in April, and we get an additional 5 minutes for us globally public people that could not go to any of the Comic Cons. So yeah, I think Thor 2 does really well in terms of just really fleshing out what was established in Thor, just building the worlds and the realms and more understanding, and it feels more real in terms of the scope of how big things are. And I really hope, you know, audiences flock to go Thor and just support him, because I mean, Thor, for me, I liked him. Like, yeah, Thor. I appreciate him because he's just magic and he's just awesome and he has a hammer. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this movie review for Thor: The Dark World. Ba-bam!